What's the state of affairs in organizations today based on the economy, based on the changes? What are you seeing in your work?
Well, there's clearly a lot of changes happening and been adapting to the enormous pressure of the change in the economy in the last several years have been very challenging for a lot of organizations, certainly. I happen to be working with one in particular that's thriving at very high levels and actually has done so since their inception. And I asked myself, what is it about this one organization that really has them excel above all else? And what I've noticed is it's their absolute commitment to the employees and the employee capital, if you will, and really investing in them and recognizing ultimate profits. Bottom line, ROI really begins and ends with the employees. You can do all the other things, and they're not important. But if you're not investing in your employees and really having them live into their potential, helping them to be more effective, manage change and unpredictability. I mean, in my history, I can't imagine a time that's more challenging and unpredictable. In fact, just today we're having conversations about the future being so unpredictable and unprecedented in that historically we tend to focus on the past to help predict the future, and here we are into a new age, it seems, that really where we can't lean on that and have that comfort. So what does that mean for employees? Really what that looks like is employees now have to be more resourceful, have to really tap into themselves, their wisdom, their knowledge, their skill sets and experience, to really support the organization to go to a new level. And that really means creative problem solving. And the heart of coaching and what I do with clients and organizations is really supporting people to go to that next level, to dig deeper and discover answers for themselves. Not as a consultant, I'm not there as somebody to tell them what to do or as the expert, but my expertise would be in facilitation of a dialogue and an awareness and an understanding to truly help individuals and employees to be more responsible, to really have a new level of awareness that helps them be more effective, make more conscious choices, have the type of impact that they're really looking for, not only in the organization and their day-to-day work, but in their life. Another really important concept is, I think, and I'm hoping it's becoming extinct, the concept that, you know, my life at work and my life at home are separate and they don't interfere with each other. I would challenge that assumption and really say that they are integrated, and at a time never more than now perhaps, just with technology and the time management and people's commitment to being most efficient, I would say to a fault perhaps, over-connected through technology, and the cost of that both at home and in the workplace I think is significant from what I've seen with my clients. So really the line between home and work is I think maybe never been more blurred than now. I work with a lot of clients, senior executives who are under a lot of pressure, a lot of demands, and when are they really not at work? One of the things I work a lot with and see all the time is this place where people are going on vacations, and sure enough they've got their laptops, they've got their Blackberries or iPhones, and they're really connected at work at a time when many of them, their commitment is to be with their family and really recognize the sacrifices that they rightfully make in the service of their family and developing the kind of lifestyle and living and security that they want for their family through work, but at what cost is the question sometimes. And that cost can be significant, and I've heard it, unfortunately, from a lot of people who are very successful in business. So I hear the complaint about the merging and the bleeding line between home and work, and I hear it much too often. And one of the things that has really been proven in research, in fact, there was just an article, I believe it was in Inc. magazine only about a month ago, that showed the actual productivity, effectiveness, job satisfaction, relatedness and connection with their employees at work to really get the results that they want drops off dramatically after 40 or 50-hour work week. So the concept of actually working more, thinking you're becoming more productive, is actually counterintuitive. In fact, research is now proving that that's not true. So ironically, at a time where there's a lot of significant challenges and change in all sorts of industries, it's a time now where perhaps what would it look like to actually do more and actually achieve more by doing less? Being more productive and effective with your time, being more resourceful, thoughtful, really conscientious about how am I going to use my time to get the result I want, not be caught up by the hamster wheel of to-do lists.
How do you get clients to do this? How do they work with you?
It's a process. It's not to oversimplify it, but I always tell people they come from a set of beliefs and attitudes and assumptions about what's possible, what's not possible, who they think they are, what they see, who they see themselves to be. And it's about my job is really about challenging them on what they know has always worked perhaps from the past, but considering a different future. And not to sound too woo-woo, but really coming from a place of, my gosh, how is what got me, here not going to have me get to the next level? And I don't know that there's been a time more than now with all the changes that we're seeing and, frankly, some chaos that people experience in the job place right now, where it's more important than ever to really be grounded and centered about creating a future that may not actually have anything to do with how you understood success to be in the past. So how do I redefine, clarify, really create a future free from the past that has me understand these are the key tools for me to succeed in a new way? And one of the essential elements of that is having objectivity. Being able to, I like to say, fish out of water. So there's no such thing as water to a fish. But they fly out of the water, they end up on the dock, suddenly they're flopping around, and now they realize, oh my gosh, there's this thing other than water, and I'm not liking it at all. But having people jump out of the water and seeing, oh my gosh, there is this other way of being more effective. There is this other way of seeing challenges I'm struggling with or trying to overcome in a completely new light changes the whole paradigm. It changes the whole structure of the problem. And it's in that moment that new possibilities, new solutions open up.